Alright, let's just call out the elephant in the room. Disgraced is most likely dead. The strat got kind of nuked because Bungie decided to change the vanguard bounties for some weird reason. I still don't understand why they did it. It makes no sense to me, but here we are. In case you don't know what I mean, old bounties used to say just in strikes. It didn't matter where you launch a strike, vanguard playlist, nightfall, or just go to the directory, which is what the Disgraced Strat was. You just go to the director and go into that strike. Now, they say, as you see on screen, vanguard playlists. Why? No idea. Some of these bounties, there's like a couple of them that say like strikes or vanguard playlists, like this. Enemy raise kills, Hive, Vex, Fallen, blah blah blah. And then there's like, you know, get 25 precision kills. That's like a random minority, I guess, of bounties where it doesn't require vanguard. But most of them, a majority, now say vanguard playlist, which makes doing Disgraced, I mean, basically impossible. At least with vanguard bounties. You can still do Disgraced with just Cosmodrome and Gunsmith, but obviously that's not as efficient. So that leads to the new strat, which is basically two variants, which you can decide, which I'm going to explain. So the first variant is, if you care to keep doing vanguard bounties, you can incorporate them. It might take you a little longer to do a daily routine on a character, but what you could do is you stack up vanguard bounties and then the usual Gunsmith, Cosmodrome, etc., and then you can go into the strikes playlist and hope you get lucky, RNG, or just finish your vanguard bounties in whatever strike you get and then get out and then go to the Cosmodrome. Or you can wait, well, not wait, but like depending on which week it is, the nightfall. Let me show you. The rotation for the nightfalls can land on either Throne World or Cosmodrome. So Lightblade and Birthplace are Throne World, and then Fallen Saber is Cosmodrome. If it lands on that particular week, which by the way, this next reset is going to be Fallen Saber, so it's going to be Cosmodrome, you can just launch the nightfall by yourself and then go in there and do all your Vanguard, Cosmodrome, and Banshee bounties all in one, without, you know, the hassle of other people interfering. Now, if you don't want to do Vanguard bounties, which is completely understandable because it takes up more time, and I will probably recommend you don't do them, what you could do is cut these out, and then you have the Patrol Strat. I guess that's what I'm going to call it for now. Patrol Strat is basically you collect Cosmodrome bounties, Banshee bounties, Throne World bounties, and Psyops Battleground bounties, but we're going to talk about Cosmodrome and Gunsmith first. So what you would do is get those, and then you would come over here, which is the Divide, and then you go to this lost sector right here, Exodus Garden 2A. This is where Shahan built this little Home Depot ramp. So in here, there's a bunch of fallen enemies. There's a big chunk of them, so you can get quite a few bounties done in one run. It's really easy, obviously, because it's just a regular lost sector, and it's almost like a mini Disgrace, I guess you could say. You go in here, and you can finish all your Cosmodrome and your Banshee bounties very quickly, and then move on. So essentially, it's just you're splitting up the Disgrace shot into two parts instead of one. Unfortunately, that's what you got to do now, but it is what it is. So this is the first part. You finish the first half of the bounties here. Now let's talk about the other half real quick. So Throne World bounties are self-explanatory. You have to do them on the Throne World, but a lot of people, or I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but a good chunk of people don't know that Psyops bounties actually say you can do them in the Battlegrounds or in the Throne World. So if you like doing Battlegrounds or whatever, you can do it there, but if you don't, you can actually go do these in the Throne World. Most of them say you can do them in the Throne World as well. There's, you know, like one or two that say, like, obviously like this, you have to go get the chest within the Battlegrounds. You can't do that in the Throne World, so that you can just delete if you want and not do it. Otherwise, you can just go to a majority of them, like all the repeatables here should say Throne World, Throne World, Throne World, Throne World. Yep. So you combine these, any of them that say can do in Throne World, and then you would take the actual Throne World bounties. Don't pick up like public events, because that's just a waste of time. It's a repeatable, if I remember correctly. And then what you would do is you would go to the lost sector that is in the Quagmire. The reason I say this lost sector is because, first of all, it has Hive and Scorn, which are both bounties for the Throne World. And then on top of that, there's a lot of enemies, so plenty of kills to get for your various bounties that you would have. So before I go into the sector here, I just want to cover something real quick. So most of your bounties are going to be either ability related or gun related. So ability related, I don't think I need to tell you what to do. You know, you look at whatever ability bounties you have and you try to combine as many as you can into one thing. So for example, let's say hypothetically I had a void ability and then another one that said, you know, void melee, void grenade. Obviously you would switch to a void subclass, and then let's just say you throw a bunch of grenades, you do a grenade build, or maybe you just do like on Titan the void shoulder charge and you just go void shoulder charge everywhere and complete both of those at the same time, you know, double progress if you want to call it that. For guns, it's the same thing. So let's say, okay, I got let me take a look here and say I got void. All right, I have void in the throne world and a void power weapon. So immediately my first thought is going to be, all right, I'm going to go with falling guillotine because it's a void power weapon. Knock out both of those both at once. So just by that, you're saving little bits of time in wherever you're going, instead of, you know, saying like, okay, I'm going to use anarchy for power weapon kills, then I'll switch to a void weapon and get kills with that. Instead, you're doing both at the same time. So that saves you time. Same thing with abilities. Try to combine whatever you have. If it says, you know, void super, void melee, just do sentinel. That does both. And that's pretty much it. So let's just, I guess, go into the Lost Sector and show you how it is. Alright, so this is the main room of the Lost Sector. This is where the majority of the enemies are going to come at you. If you didn't know already, it's essentially a room where you cap 3 different plates before you can go to the boss room. And there's going to be waves of enemies coming at you basically the entire time. Every time you step on a plate to charge it, there's going to be more enemies that spawn. Not a giant amount, but still an increase of enemies. So just 1 plate here, 1 plate in the middle, and then 1 plate across over there. 3 plates. And like I mentioned, just hordes of enemies that you use to kill with your guns and your abilities, whatever ability you need to get. And it's pretty simple. Now, in terms of clocking in how much time this all takes, so not doing the strike version, I would say this probably takes about 40 minutes a character, maybe 45 if you're going a little more relaxed, which is completely fine. Obviously, it's a little slower than the initial Disgraced thing, which you could have just like speed ran in like 20-30 minutes per character, depending how fast you were going. You know, it sucks that Vanguard bounties are basically not how they used to be. I still don't understand why they changed it. I hate the change personally. Maybe it'll get reverted, probably not, but that is the idea. So you're looking at, let's say, an hour 20, hour 30 total. Maybe if you're going really relaxed, 2 hours for all 3 characters in one day. And then as far as how much you get done, you should be getting done around 40 plus bounties per character. So as soon as I am out of my super here, we can count that up, what I have on this character currently. So currently we have 4 here, 8, 9, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44. So I have 44 bounties here. It'll take about 40 minutes, let's say, to complete. And then let's just speedrun to the end and show you how much XP you get for 1 character on your season pass. Alright, so before you do this, obviously, make sure you have your Shared Wisdom on and your Ghost mod, Blinding Light. Show you real quick for people that don't know. There you go. 12% XP plus Shared Wisdom. And then also at reset, if you have well rested, that also helps. But anyway, so I'm at... My green can't show me the thing. Okay, I'm at 240. And what am I looking at here? 1983 on XP for the artifact. So let's just pretend we're 240 and almost 241. Now let's hand these in. I wonder if this is considered like ASMR. Visual ASMR for people with like OCD. Alright, there you go. So I got 4 levels out of that. Maybe a little under 4 levels. So times that by 3, and let's say you get 11 to 12 season pass levels in one day for about an hour and a half to 2 hours of work. Quote-unquote work. There you go. It, like I said, a little slower than Disgraced, but it's still better than nothing. Way, way better than anything normal, and doesn't require any silly macro AFK BS that may or may not get you banned one day from Bungie. Who the fuck knows? So, that's it. Hope you enjoy your free leveling, and good luck getting to 1590 for Master Val. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to be doing this on stream daily, twitch.tv/SneakyBeaver. You can check me out there. Leave a like and a comment also on this video. It really does help. Also, subscribe. It's free, okay? Alright. Catch you guys in the next video.